great feeling. Great for it to be back in Leicester as well. It'd have been good wherever it was, but to be able to do it on the home show made it a little bit sweeter.
I felt like I was there with him all the way through it.
Everybody's different, so I have to judge them as an individual.
I was just like, I was enjoying every single moment of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have changed how the fight went. People loved it.
You know, I've got to get this guy out of there, hurt him as much as I can, or he'll hurt me. I started fighting when I was 18. I fought in Portugal mainly. I had 7 losses in a row, and then I turned it and I had 8 wins in a row. Then I came to England, things were going good. I was winning fights, and then I went through a period that I wasn't winning fights and I was feeling really unmotivated, and yeah, I was going through a bit of a rough time with fighting, but yeah, this last fight turned everything around for me, I think. I guess what we all usually prepare with, like we did a lot of sparring, we did a lot of drilling, strength and conditioning, a lot of running, more running than usual for me. A lot of mental preparation as well. I've been doing NLP with the coach, with Jamie. That was a massive, made a massive difference in preparation actually, the mental side of it. I visualized a lot, I knew exactly what I was going to do, when I was going to do it. I've seen the fight going the way it did. Yeah, I knew I was going to win before I even walked out because of the mental preparation.
So, as his wife, and even before in his old fights as his partner, my role has somewhat changed. When we first met, I was his pad holder, and I was his taxi, so I'd pick him up, take him swimming really early in the morning, take him doing hill sprints, take him yoga, introduce yoga into his life. And just, you know, just those little helpful things that he needed back then. Now things are different. He has all those things. He has a fight camp, he has a team around him for all those physical attributes that he needs in the ring. He has pad holders, he has coaches for his mind, he has a strength and conditioning coach, and yoga. He is now a teacher, he does yoga himself and he prevents his own injuries. I'm there to be his emotional support. I'm there to pick him up when he's feeling down. If he has a rough day at the gym, I'm there to tell him it's not the worst thing in the world and that you're going to come back from it. I'm there to remind him who he is inside, and I'm there to be with him every single step of the way. I am there to support him through thick and thin, and that's my job now, and I love it.
Let's go! Hour!
Yeah, I'm an emotional guy with things that I'm passionate about, and that's the same with all of us. So in preparation, in the gym, it's down to hard work. It's down to pushing, like we alluded to earlier, it's pushing people past what's comfortable and doing it consistently, because everybody's different, so I have to judge them as an individual.
I think practicing yoga has helped me physically, in terms of Strength, endurance, flexibility, being able to just manage and calm down emotions and the racing mind. That's been a big change. And I think teaching has been helping me reflecting on how I do my life, how I think about myself, how I feel, how I treat others, and it has brought a lot of confidence to me. I wanted to make myself proud, I wanted to make my family proud, and they are everything to me, man. They are more than fighting, to be honest, so they will always be present in whatever I do. Enjoying myself in terms of like my mental side got me there. I was just like, I was enjoying every single moment of it.
So it's quite unique for us. You feel so many emotions. I know all the feelings he's going through. I know how it feels when he gets in there before the bell rings. I know how it feels when things go your way or when things don't go your way.
He comes to you by way of First Legion from Leicester.
When it came to watching his fight, I knew he was going to win. I knew from the whole day, the way he was presenting himself, the way he was energetically, from the moment he walked out the door, the way he walked out into the ring, the way he was in the corner, the look in his eyes. I knew it was going to go his way. I knew that he'd written it before he even stepped in there. Nothing kind of breaks that feeling inside me until that first round has kind of been over and done with. There's not one video that I've seen of Joe's fight where you can't hear me, and I do think that I should kind of tone it down a little bit, but I can't help it.
Round two.
Move the feet, jab, right hands, right kicks, move around, go again. I knew the body shot was going to be there. I got a bit carried away once we got in there and tried to really finish him, but you live and learn, eh?
I felt like I was there with him all the way through it. And you feel like when you have someone in there who's your loved one, you feel like you are their right hand, you are their right leg, and you want to do it with them, you want to be there for them, you want to jump in the ring and fight with them because you're so passionate about it.
Last 10 seconds. This is the final championship round.
I've been working a lot on my boxing with Eugene. I think that really showed. I've never been so sharp with it, and yeah, it was just like everything that we trained just came in fruition. And then working kicks with Josh, it's just all of it came together. It was beautiful.
But yeah, it was a really good feeling to be right there ringside and just be able to show support and be there. We've fought on the same shows before, we've been in each other's corners, and I'm sure we'll be in each other's corners again in the future.
We have a unanimous decision, your winner, and now the new elite super lightweight champion of the Midlands, K1.
Because of my mental preparation, I was able to just look calm, collected, and just be in the moment, really. I know Tasha's not fought in ages and she always watches me. You know, when you're watching the person you love, she saw me being knocked down before and my head bouncing off the canvas and everything. And yeah, it is stressful. You know, if I lose, she goes through it. She loses as well, even though she wasn't there with me.
First fight after 4.5 years. My last fight, I broke both my arms.
I love to be in there. I love to get at it, and that's what they're doing right now. Lovely right hand from.
So yeah, I was just looking forward to coming back, getting back in the ring. It was just pure excitement on the run up to it, really.
I know that he can handle himself, and I know that he can get in there and fight anyone on any given day and give a good show. But there's a big difference between being an active fighter, like his opponent was, had maybe 4 fights in the last 9 months at a good level, and then someone who's not been in the ring for 4 years, because Josh, as many fights as he's had, he's only just getting back in there. You know, his opponent is very clued onto the scoring system, knows what the judges like, you know, he knows what they want to see. So that's at the forefront of his mind. And he was also a guy who I feel he took strength from being against that crowd. You know, he wasn't fazed whatsoever. If anything, it probably made him fight harder, hearing all the support that Josh had.
Yeah, we've met him before. We'd been sparring over at Nathan Benden's gym in Birmingham, and we'd done a round with him there. I'd spoke to his coach. Yeah, we've crossed paths before. He's a nice guy.
Josh is a great fighter. He gives me inspiration. His attitude. He's in the gym, he's training every day. Even when he's not fighting, he's giving back to his teammates. And throughout the past 4.5, 5 years that he hasn't fought, every time he's in the corner, every time he's in the gym helping his teammates, I see in his eyes the passion and the hunger to get back in there. And I can see he's yearning for it. And I can see a little bit of sadness in there, because when you watch people fight, you want to be in there, you want to compete. When you're a competitor, people say to me, you know, you watch people compete now, wouldn't you want to get back in? No, fuck that. I'm 51 years old. I've gone through the aches and pains, but I can see it in other people.
Not a great deal of change, really. I spend my day in the gym all day, every day anyway, coaching, training myself anyway, training others for fights, so it didn't really make a difference to my normal routine. So the only thing really on the run up to camp that takes a bit of a knock is family time. I don't get to spend a great deal of time with my family. Down here from early mornings, some and most mornings 6 AM up until like 7 o'clock every night. Yeah, that's the only thing that takes a bit of a knock really, family time, seeing my lad, seeing Kirsty. I wouldn't choose to spend my days any other way. I had a good camp, especially with the team, a lot of people training, getting ready for not only the first fights, Charlie fighting for a title, Joe fighting for a title, and me having such a long time off. Yeah, we made sure everyone had a right good camp, everyone held a good standard and was accountable for their own training outside of the classes as well, which was nice. You don't have to moan at a great deal of people, especially with my fight coming up. I didn't want to spend most of my time shouting and moaning at the other fighters because they weren't doing their work and taking it away from mine. So yeah, everyone put in a good camp from the gym. Although it's been a massive amount of time off, it was nothing new to me, changing anything in my day-to-day routine or a massive change for me. Just, yeah, day-to-day life.
Emotions do become a little bit more heightened. Obviously, it's the same for anyone who's in the gym because we're spending a lot of amount of time together and we're with each other a lot. So the emotions are always quite high, no matter who it is.
All different thoughts, especially in this changing room. I weren't scared about getting in there, I weren't nervous about any of my prep, I weren't worried that he was going to be too strong in a certain area. I was comfortable that I could handle him in any area, so I just wanted to get in there really.
I've always been one for, you know, my love and passion has always been martial arts, but I've not pushed my kids into it. Josh was playing rugby at a high level. George was a bit younger, obviously, but Josh was playing for the Tigers Elite Development side, which the Leicester Tigers is one of the best teams that Leicester's ever had, rugby. So he had to make a decision. I said, you know, you need to specify in a certain sport if you want to excel, you want to be elite at it. So again, he decided that hitting people and wrestling with people was his love rather than tackling them and playing with a ball. They're both too brave sometimes, but they have that resilience to never give up. And that's what I've sort of fed into them sometimes too much. Josh broke both his arms in the ring, as we both know, and the last fight was an amazing war, but I saw the little bit of sadness in him the past 4 years, being in the corner, watching others fight, and to actually then see him get back in the ring was amazing.
Felt great to be back in there, great feeling, great for it to be back in Leicester as well. It'd have been good wherever it was, but to be able to do it on the home show made it a little bit sweeter.
Standing across the ring, here's the opponent, coming to you by way of First Legion from Leicester. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have to hear it, Josh. 3-minute rounds.
tough fight, but the emotion for me was one of joy. It's hard, some people may say, well, that's hard to see because your son was bloody and it was a hard fight, but to see him in there, when he came back to the corner after the first round, with blood all down his face, strangely, I felt a little more relaxed. It was strange, because I knew that that's Josh's signal, green light to come out and go, rah. And I did. I said, are you okay? And he went, yeah, let's fucking do it. Because he could taste his own blood and he was ready to go.
The game plan was executed perfectly in the first 2 rounds of just walking at my opponent and trying to elbow him in the face. Yeah, that's all I wanted to do really, just have a fucking right good scrap. You lose your thought process of trying to maybe use some strengths, use your kicking or using your brain a little bit, and there's that initial excitement of just, I want to elbow this dude in the face. So yeah, I had to get that out of the way. And then when I started using my head a little bit more and thinking more, I started scoring a little bit better. But yeah, I wouldn't have changed how the fight went. People loved it, I loved it. My missus didn't love it, my mum didn't really love it, but everyone else did, so.
To see him enjoy it so much, a bit of blood here and there, we know we're fighters, you know, a bit of blood, it looks worse than it is. He had a few cuts. It was funny because I turned around, his mum was in the crowd, and she said, "Is the cut bad?" I went, "Yeah, it's just a little scratch." And then after the fight, she went, "You fucking liar."
Yeah, it was nice to see him get back in there and enjoy what he does. Especially with in between rounds, he seemed very happy and excited, shouting out and getting ready to keep going throughout the rounds.
Yeah, it would just felt good to be back in there. That's the only way I can explain it, really. Like I missed it for so long. So yeah, with the game plan in mind, it could only go one way, which would have been either an early knockout or 5 rounds of blood, which is what we got, which is what everybody probably appreciated more. They wouldn't have enjoyed it as much if it was an early finish. So to give everyone what a lot of people have said, fight of the night, yeah, I was happy with the performance. Couldn't care less about the result, as long as I leave it all in the ring, put on a good fight. That's all that matters, really.
That was an amazing moment for me to see him back in there, and I felt a little bit more relaxed. You could see the passion in his eyes, and that's all I want to see in my children's eyes, my students' eyes. Passion, hunger, happiness. That's one of the best emotions you can see. If you can bring that out in somebody, it's the best feeling in the world.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've said this a few times tonight, but this time I really mean it. Let's give it up for both of these fighters. And we have a unanimous decision. The winner, in the gold corner,
You can pick and choose opponents. You're not learning anything. All you're teaching somebody is to win. What do they do when they lose? They fail and they fall off the cliff. And how do they get back up if that's the only thing that they've learned how to do is win?
No disappointment. I could watch it back and think about different ways I could have fought, but it wouldn't have been as exciting a fight. And I don't think I'd have got out of the fight what I needed to get from that fight, which was just to get back in there and enjoy myself, really. And I love being in a bit of a war.
The expectations were that it was going to be loud. Like, I knew it would be loud. I knew that I'd sold a lot of tickets myself, and I knew that also between me, Josh and the gym, that there was going to be a lot of people there.
Charlie obviously has been competing. For us, Charlie's like one of my sons. He's been with us for years. He's come through the ranks, he's worked hard, he's worked his guts off in there, the same as Josh and their 2 training partners. So to see them both get in there on home soil fighting. Charlie's not fought in Leicester for, I don't know, 8 years maybe more. So to actually get a show at home for them 2 guys to headline and to hear the crowd and to feel the electric atmosphere in there. We spoke about earlier about expectations. They were met, and a little bit more.
Well, this time I was 10 minutes from the house. You know, I was 5 minutes from the gym. So it's not like that when you're fighting on the road. So for me, it was great. It was a privilege to be able to fight in the hometown, and I didn't care. I'd wait 2 days to fight. You know, I'd wait in a day, and watching all my team is, yeah, privilege.
Jamie, the trap star. Trap star, Jamie. That goes nowhere.
Jamie knows me better than I know myself. You know, he sees when my mind's drifting, and I feel like I'm the same with these guys. You know, I know when they look like they're about to quit, or when they're about to tell themselves off or lose focus, and you know, they feel that bond as well. So Yeah, very difficult being a fighter slash coach on nights like that, but equally fun because you're sharing it with them. So that's something we'll always remember. We've got guys in the team who might not even necessarily be fighters, right? But they're so hungry as beginners that they get me pumped, you know. And there's guys who come. We do the 6 a.m. early morning sessions, and we'll come in, we'll do the run, we'll do bag work. It's, you know, you've got to be disciplined, get yourself to bed at a certain time, get up at a certain time. The guys who are turning up to put them workouts in are just as important as the guys who come down for sparring, you know, because without them, I'm coming down into an empty room, you know, and it's very hard to get yourself motivated if you know, if I don't turn up, no one's turning up. Me and Josh have sparred each other for the last 10 years, and I can honestly say that the round sparring that we had in preparation for this camp were the craziest, most violent rounds that we've ever had, and we're best mates, you know. End of every round we have a big hug, but we beat the shit out of each other when we're in the gym. And yeah, guys coming over from Nottingham, from Birmingham, travelling down from different cities to come and help me prepare, appreciate that so much, other pros, other amateurs. Yeah, very blessed to have a good team, very lucky to have a good team of supportive people around me. So for this fight and the last fight, I would travel around quite a lot, going to Leeds, going to London for sparring, going to Birmingham quite a lot. And then I decided this camp I went to Holland as well. The level is very high in Holland, so I knew I would be pushed, and I knew that it would be very difficult, which is what I need at this stage now. Earlier in the day I remember thinking, this room is too hot and it's too stuffy, and I don't, you know, I'm not looking forward to warming up in there. But then the closer we got to the fight, I loved it. I loved how hot it was. I loved that I had a good sweat on. I was singing, you know, like singing my head off, like just having a good time, warming up and getting excited. Still really nervous, but I felt like I could ride the wave of my nerves. Whereas before, maybe my nerves would make me freeze up a little bit and not perform so well. Now I feel like I realise I've just got to like ride the wave of them nerves and use it rather than let it stop me and stand in front of me. So yeah, and when I was in that change room, I was just getting excited, mate. I was just getting excited, and you know, I knew in my head, just do what we've been working on with the coaches, and you know.
Party time, bro. Party time, baby. Party time, motherfucker. Let's do it.
I wanted everyone to say, oh, I've never seen anything like that. You know, that was what I had in my head all the week leading up to it. So it didn't really matter who was there. I wanted it to be like that. And even if it meant being in a crazy fight and being on the, you know, sometimes you come out on the receiving end if you put yourself in a crazy fight. I didn't care. I wanted to go out and make it entertaining, and I hope we did a good job of that, you know. There's so many people over the years. Obviously, that was my 23rd fight as a pro. The 22 pro fights I had before that, none of them were in Leicester. They were all in different places around the country. People came every time, always. My friends, my family, you know, people who obviously care to spend all that money on the travelling, the tickets, then the night out. They've all come to all them places. And then the people who couldn't quite make it, I knew they would all be there on the night in Leicester because there's no excuse.
Standing across the ring, the champion. He is the reigning, the defending, elite super middleweight K1 champion. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the man from 1st Legion, representing England,
The big focus throughout the training from myself and Eugene, my boxing coach, was awareness and keeping my awareness like laser focused. And when you train to keep your awareness so sharp and so focused, you can't think about nothing else that's going on around you. But you can feel it. You know, you can feel the ring vibrating and you can feel your body vibrating from the noise and everything. But if you pay attention to that, that could be when you take your eye off what's going on. So it's a very strange experience. On the way to the ring, I wanted to make sure I soaked it up and really enjoyed it. And then after, I wanted to make sure I tried my best to get round and see everyone and say, thank you for coming. But during the fight, mine's on the job. You know, I've got to get this guy out of there, hurt him as much as I can, or he'll hurt me.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out. 1, 2.
Took really hard fights my whole career. I've gave away experience, and I think now I've gained experience, I've gained confidence, and there's lots of levels now on the way to a world title, which is what I want and what I will get. You know, that's what my mind is obsessed with every day. So I understand there's levels to go through. That's why I went to Holland. That's why I'm going to go back and just continue to push myself, really, because there's some good guys out there, and I want to fight those guys. I want to fight the best. It's a very difficult position for a mum to be in when your son does one of these sports. And my mum is the most loving, caring, proper lovely person, but she's always been so supportive. As soon as I'd say, right, I've got this fight coming up, she was, oh God. But then, right, what are you eating? What are you this? She would help me with all that sort of stuff. You know, she would just offer to help with anything that I needed at any time of the day. And even though she probably didn't love it originally, what I do for a job and what I've been trying to pursue as a career. So as the fight was getting closer for Leicester, and she'd hear so many people talking about it. She'd go shopping, hear people talking about it, go, you know, see her friends, they'd all be talking about it. They're going, their sons are going, their cousins going. She's like, I can't not go, like I've got to be there, sort of thing. So I said, you might as well, you know, come and get on the table. And I didn't even plan that, but she got up and walked down the thing like she was on the catwalk, you know, like she was at London Fashion Week or something, walking down the thing. So it was a nice moment because, you know, again, it's only a picture, but it's something to look back on and say that was a good night.
They all did amazing. They all promoted us and the gym, our values are what are important to us, our gym values, our beliefs in the gym. Values for me is respect, hard work, discipline, empathy, humbleness. So they all projected that and presented the gym amazingly. Each and every single one of them, not bar none. They all conducted themselves like gentlemen and ladies, like fighters who have proved a lot. They represented the gym and they represented me, and they represented, more importantly, they represented themselves with pride, honour, discipline, passion. And that's all I can ask for, nothing more. Getting in that ring has helped them, and quite a few of them on the night, it was the first fights, and to get in a ring and to climb in there is the most daunting thing you can do. And you're facing all your fears. It's not just your opponent opposite you, it's the fear. Our humans' biggest fear is fear of what other people think of us. They didn't lose on the night. They did us proud. They gave it their all, and that's all I could ask for. They choose to be happy in adversity. That makes me proud.